Hi, my name is Martin Sampero and this is how to make brownies. The first thing that we will discuss is the ingredients that we will use. First, we will need 3 chocolate bars. Then we will need wheat flour. In this case, I'm using As de Oros, a Colombian brand, but you can use whatever you will need or want. Then we will need white sugar, and this is for the sweet flavor of the brownies. Then we will use cocoa or cacao, and this is for the color of the brownie and for that chocolate taste. We will use butter without salt and 3 eggs. This is that we will combine with our dry mix, and brown sugar, also for the sweet flavor of the brownies. Next to this, we will wash our hands. Washing our hands is basically for the essential things of cooking. Pre-cooking a meal, you should always wash your hands in order to not make other people sick while they are eating your food. Next, we'll melt 125 grams of butter. Why should you do this before mixing all of the other ingredients? You should do this because when mixing the melted butter with all the other ingredients, the butter should be cold. So we melt this first to make the temperature of the butter cold while we are mixing everything else. Now we will start with our dry mix. As you can see, I'm using flour, putting flour first. You have to use 2.5 cups of flour. This will be basically the base for our brownies. Then we will use sugar, white sugar to be exact, 3 cups of sugar. This will be basically the sweetness for brownies, the thing that makes our brownies sweet and delicious. Now, we will use cocoa. Cocoa is needed for the color of our brownies, and this will make the brownies delicious, also with the flavor of the cocoa. And then we will use brown sugar. Then we will mix this a lot, and I changed utensils because with this utensil we can mix better, and we will mix until we have a brown base. Now we will use our wet mix. Now our wet mix will consist on, I forgot to mention this, but this is vanilla extract. We will use 2 spoonfuls, and there goes the 3 eggs. And the melted butter. This is now cold, so as you can see, I'm mixing the batter and mixing, and I didn't find the consistency that I needed, so I poured 2 more eggs in the batter. And when I put the 2 eggs, I found a better result, and by tasting, I tasted a bit there, as you can see, and it tasted delicious. And so I started mixing it until there was no lumps, or yes. The next thing that we will do is preheat the oven. We will preheat it at like 200 degrees. We will leave that. The first thing that we will do is putting butter on our mold. I am doing this because if you don't put the butter, the mix will stick to the mold and you cannot take it out when it's cooked. So that's basically the reason why we're doing this. Then I'm putting chocolate bars into the mix. I'm doing this because I want another flavors within our mix. So I love jet bars, and I want to put that flavor into the mix, so I decided to cut off buy some and put them into the mix. So yeah, that's basically what I put in, and that will give an amazing flavor to them. I'm mixing them together so we can appreciate the flavor better, and then I'm putting the mix into. I'm doing this, and and I'm using a spoon to help me to get all of the mix into the bowl. Not a bit can go can go without using it. And basically we will put that mix, after cleaning the butters a little bit, into the oven for 1 hour and a half at 200 degrees, and that's how you make brownies. Thank you, Monica, for listening to this video.